So I think I realized that like university is always something that I wanted to do. I made that decision when I was 16 and I was like, I'm definitely going to go to uni. And then obviously triathlon was my passion. And at 16, I was still just enjoying triathlon. It was just like, it was just something I did because I enjoyed it. Like obviously super competitive and loved to race and whatnot. But university was something that like kind of just went hand in hand with sport. And I was like, right, I can go to uni, I can get a degree, and I can train as a full-time athlete. So then I looked at the options, obviously post Australia, which didn't happen. And I was like, I'm going to go to the UK. I'm going to study at one of the performance centres. So I looked into Stirling, which is a Scottish-based performance centre in Britain, and then Leeds, Loughborough, and Cardiff. And obviously, I knew yourself we're at Cardiff, and your training was obviously, well, you absolutely whooped my ass in every race that we did, and I was like, it must be working. Like whatever you're doing is working. So I remember I shot you a message just to get some advice, I guess. And I'd also heard my dad was kind of persuading me that Leeds and Loughborough probably weren't like the place for me, because I was still at that level where I would have just fallen into this huge bubble of athletes, and I imagine it's like a safety net and the holes are like this big. I would have just fallen straight through like the average athlete would. So I kind of thought, right, if I go to Cardiff, it's a smaller setup with a decent pool of athletes, and you get more attention, I guess, for what you need as an individual, and that kind of sold me. But to give it perspective, I'd never been to Cardiff before I moved there for uni. The day that I got to, actually no, I'd gone there to race the year before, but I hadn't visited the university campus or done any I hadn't stayed the night sort of thing. And yeah, I just moved there without even visiting, and I honestly wouldn't change it for the world. It's probably one of the best things I've ever done. I think like at the time I didn't realize how special it was. Like, and I think even now it's like one of those things that we'll look back on and think like, we had it so good. Like we honestly had it so good, because the way that the dynamic in our squad works is like there's such a variety and personality, and like you often think, oh, maybe that's not going to work, but it's like a puzzle and it all just fits like perfectly. Like people bring different things and different views, and like it's just like a perfectly oiled machine just working away. But yeah, I mean, like I've been super lucky to have like the best training partners that I could ask for, and we're not just talking about like someone that you just meet up to go out training with. Like these are like my best mates. These are my lifelong friends that I'll have for the rest of my life. Like you don't spend that amount of time with someone without creating like a deeper connection outside of triathlon, if that makes sense. And I think like that's something that I might not have got if I'd gone to a much larger squad. But yeah, I think I'm just so lucky to have fallen, like literally just fallen on my feet. Cheesy quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
But like, it's just true. Like you can't argue that. It is like, it's about as like simple as it is, I guess.